puppies. Previously on the channel, we got the crane carrier here running, so I'm going to give you a clip of that. If you haven't seen that, I'll throw a little tag up in here in the video and you can go back and see the previous video. I would recommend doing that before you watch this one. Thank you. So the crane carrier is sitting right in front of where we stack our tires, pile our tires for the bunker silo. So all those tires out there are all covering up our feed for our bunk for the farm. And all the tires usually sit right in here. There's usually a giant pile. And so they all got shoved up under there and whatnot. So I got to clean them out before we can try to see if it wants to move here today. And that's my goal before I head back to school tonight, is to try to see if I can get this thing to move. And then I also have to get some weeds for a school project. But other than that, we're gonna get her done. There we go, all cleaned up in front of the old girl. That's one funny looking truck. That is one funny looking truck. But we're gonna see if she'll wanna move here in a few minutes. You gotta put the cab back down, which is a little tough because this here is the cab lift. That's supposed to be up there, but I can't get the bolt out to fix it. I was going to take it apart and take it down the shop and weld a new nut on the end of it there to put it back up in, but it doesn't want to, nothing wants to work, so that's what we got. But look at that big old Detroit in there. Yes, sir. Well, she didn't want to move under her own power, so I had one axle in the back, one side of one axle that wanted to move, and that was spinning. So that's good, I guess. So I guess I'll have to try something a little bit more substantial. Well, we have found our more drastic measures. got Dad here to help me try to tug it out, so we're gonna see what'll go on. Back that rear axle off. That will turn on there. Well, folks, the crane carrier is out of its hole, thanks to the payloader and Dad. We did get her out. This is a solid truck. There's little to no rust on the frame. Something interesting about this truck is it is a I-beam truck, I-beam frame truck. So the frame is made of I-beams, which is pretty interesting. And this thing's a beast, just an absolute beast. So here's your little walk around. That's a funny cab. That is a really funny cab. They called them a Century cab, made by the Crane Carrier Corporation. I think the whole premise of these trucks was to be extremely affordable and powerful. So it's pretty affordable to only have to build half a cab, really like a quarter of a cab. There's really not much of a cab on this thing. It's really cool though sitting in it. I'll get you up in it here in a minute. And then the I-beams and stuff, that made it to be affordable and strong. So got the Detroit up under there, Series 71 Detroit, and it is an all-wheel drive truck. Got my batteries rigged up on here. Got a fuel tank. Something interesting here on this truck, I never checked the fuel or nothing in it. I opened the cap and I sniffed it and I said, it smells like fuel. So this truck has been running on the fuel that's been in it. I'm not really sure when it's from or what it is, but it's been working, so I'm not really all that worried. One thing I did notice here, there is a leak on one of these fuel lines, and I'm not sure if it's the return or if it's the, I'm sure it's the return, because if it was the intake, you wouldn't be running this truck like you are. So that's good. Those are going to have to be replaced. No biggie there, but we'll get the truck once we figure out if we're going to do something with it or whatever. I'm thinking a manure truck myself, but we'll see what's going on with it. This thing is an absolute beast to get up into, being an all-wheel drive and everything. The floor of the truck is right about my chin level, so it's about 5 feet off the ground. Quite a ladder to get up into it. Puppies. Here's the cab. Yep, got a bad windshield on it, but it is what it is. We'll be able to figure that out. Anyway, here's the cab. Got a key switch, got your kill button, got your start button right over there, so we can start her up. This truck's not sounding too hot right now. I think it's gonna die. I bet you it's something with the fuel system. There we go. Now she's waking up. But yep, we have an Eaton Fuller 8-speed transmission with the low. Have our brakes and all of our diff locks and everything over here. Throttle control, and then you got your PTO and whatnot back there. But our gauges do work. Got some oil pressure. I'm not entirely certain that that air pressure gauge works. Either it doesn't work or we're not building that much pressure. But yeah, here's a quick view inside the cab. There's a little storage area back here. Could be a little buddy seat actually. There's plenty enough room back there. And then yeah, there's really not too much going on in these cabs. Pretty cool though, little one-man cab. No power steering yet. We'll have to figure that out. I bet you that there's no hydrant in the reservoir. But the problem with that is there's a couple lines off the front of the truck. So we'll have to figure that out. That'll be a project for another day, I think. Gotten what I wanted done this weekend, getting it out of its hole. So that's a good start. Then we'll see what it brings us. Then turn the key off and hit the kill switch. Everything seems to work in this truck, which is pretty cool. Hey folks, thanks for watching along this video. I extremely appreciate it. I had a ton of fun making this video. It was so much fun getting the crane carrier started and out of its hole. And that is just such a cool truck. I can't wait to see what it brings. Drop a comment what you think we should do with it. I'm thinking a manure truck, but that's just my opinion. We got to see what the boss, Dad, has to say about it. It is his truck, but I'm just having fun playing with it and get it running and whatnot, and learn about Detroit engines too. So hopefully more content like this to come for the channel. A little bit of wrenching content, a little bit of working on stuff. We worked on the 10 there last week. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, so hopefully more to come. Remember to like, subscribe, and eat your dairy products, and have a nice day. Thank you.